Yo, 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 what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So, look, y'all, no small account challenge video today. We got bigger fish to fry, all right? Um, Iran attacked a naval base in Bahrain, okay? The U.S. Has attacked Iran, right? And then Iran has also attacked a couple other places in the UAE and Qatar, et cetera, right? So not only do I want to, talk about how this is going to affect the market, but also I want to talk about how we could have potentially saw this coming and like what were the signs, right? When we're talking about, where stock prices are going to go. So this isn't just, hey, buy these stocks. This is helping you understand the market on a deep level. Also, from the perspective of the technicals, the charts, right? I know a lot of people, they don't want to get on the charts because they think that it's intimidating. If that's you, I highly recommend you to learn how to read the charts because this is a skill that you can have for the rest of eternity and you can teach the people that you love. Okay? I want you to imagine being able to know when a stock is going to come down and when it's going to go up, right? Down to the penny within a week, within 2 weeks, within a day, within 3 days, within 4 hours, right? That skill set will be able to create generational wealth. I know we like to use that term, right? It's a buzzword, but that can be the skill set that propels your bloodline. So learning how to read these charts is critical to your advancement and progression in this world. All right? Is it your life? No. But it's a tool that you can use to make the market, right, print money for you. So nothing that I say in this video is going to be financial advice. If you guys want financial advice, be sure to go talk to a licensed financial advisor. And also, this is not a political video at all. I stay away from politics, okay? Now, last year, okay, we had some stuff going on with Iran and the US. Now, that was kind of like a little joke, right? Trump was playing around because they did it, and then oil prices shot up, and then they came down. They didn't really go up, okay? But that was the indication in the start of some stuff brewing between, the U.S. and the Middle East. Now, 8 months later, right, 7, 9 months later, we're back at the same place, but it's a little bit more serious and things are heating up, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to a few things, all right? So what I have is I have the iPod. So first what we're going to do, iPad. First what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some, sectors and affected stocks that you guys can look to, okay? And you guys can, be able to trade with confidence knowing what direction that this sector is going to go into, okay? So right here we have the iPad, right? So first thing, wartime, right? When we have wartime times, okay, first thing we all know, right? Well, we should all know. We got oil, all right? We got oil stocks, okay? So which ones? The usual suspects, we got CVX, okay? We got XOM, and they've already been pumping, the past month or so, right? We got Oxy, okay? These are some, some usual suspects right here. Now, with this, what I want you guys to pay attention to is your futures, okay? You want to pay attention to your futures, and you want to pay attention to crude oil, okay? Pay attention to crude oil prices. If you start seeing these crude oil prices dropping, then these are not going to be going up like that, all right? So don't pay attention to the news, pay attention to the technicals of the actual future, right? The commodity, because oil stocks, right? These are oil stocks, right? They're basically based off of the, what's coming in from the commodity, which is oil, okay? Now, also when we're talking about oil stocks, what do we want to pay attention to, y'all? The Strait of Hormuz. Okay? We want to pay attention to the Strait of Hormuz. Is it going to be open or is it going to close? All right. This is critical to know and understand. Now, what is the Strait of Hormuz? I pulled it up right here, right? Basically, all it is it's the world's most critical maritime oil checkpoint, okay? Maritime oil checkpoint with roughly 20 to 30% of the global daily oil consumption, right? 16 to 20 million barrels passing through it, connecting the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean, okay? It's essential for exporting oil from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, and Qatar to Asia, okay? So if this thing closes, okay? If this thing closes, what's going to happen is oil prices are going to shoot up, okay? Crude oil and stocks, okay? If the Strait of Hormuz closes, right, it's supply and demand, oil prices are going to shoot up. Now, what I recommend is today, y'all go gas up y'all cars, all right? Make sure y'all go get some gas because you don't know what's going to happen over the next day or two, okay? Futures are going to open tomorrow, and then we got to see what happens. But the news could come out, and they could say that they're going to close it. We don't know, so I'm paying attention to the news to see what's going on, right? Now, if the Strait of Hormuz says it's going to stay open, then the prices might stay neutral a little bit, right? They might stay neutral, okay? So you want to pay attention to crude oil prices, right? Crude oil prices, and then you also want to pay attention to the news about the Strait of Hormuz, okay? This is going to be key right here, right? If it closes, we're going to see crude oil prices go up to levels that we haven't even seen in decades, all right? So next up, another sector, right? We're going to have energy, okay? We're going to have energy, okay? Now, you got to understand that with war and stuff like that, the stock market hates uncertainty. So because this is uncertain, right, they're going to try to shift their dollars into things that are a little bit more guaranteed, okay? So oil, then we got energy, right? What's energy? We got Enphase, we got XLE, right? Any other energy stocks? I can't think of a lot of them right now. I know we got First Solar. We got into that in the Discord. Marcel caught that one out on Friday, okay? So so energy is most likely going to be going up, okay? So that's something that you want to pay attention to. Now, Enphase did have a nice drop on Friday, so they're down into an area of liquidity. So this could be an area where Enphase bounces with all of this news and everything that's going on right now. But we have to see and we have to pay attention to the charts, okay? And then next up, the other thing that you guys want to be able to focus on is going to be your precious metals, okay? Now, what's going to happen here? They're going to go up, all right? We're going to have gold, right? We're going to have silver, SLV, right? A really good one is going to be USAR, okay? All these are most likely going to start pumping again, and then we can have another leg to the upside, but it depends on how long all of this stuff is going on, okay? So these are all tickers. These are all tickers that could be going up, right? These are all tickers that could be going up. Now, when I say precious metals, there's other ones, but these are 3 tickers, stock tickers that come to mind. So make sure that you guys have these down. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are already paying attention to these, right? Just in general. So now what we're gonna do is another sector that you guys want to pay attention to. I'm gonna write it down right here. Okay, another sector that you guys want to pay attention to is going to be your defense, okay? Defense, cyber security, okay? These stocks, Lockheed Martin, okay? Datadog, right? Palantir, right? See what's going on with the government with them, okay? CrowdStrike, okay? These are some defense, cybersecurity stocks right here, right? Every time that something happens in the Middle East, a lot of times these stocks, they start making moves to the upside, okay? Because you got to think, right? I was in the military. I've been to Qatar. You see what I'm saying? When Qatar, if anywhere around Qatar, Doha is hit, right? I was deployed out there. And so you got to understand that that base, it's not like a super wartime base, right? We just have, boots on the ground out there. But it's not like Afghanistan, right? They getting mortared every day. When we was out there heavy, right? People was getting mortared every day. They was living regular life and bombs was coming over the base, right? Iraq, you know what I'm saying? All of these other bases and where everything was really, really, really happening at, okay? They're used to getting mortared. They're used to seeing missiles flying and hearing it. But if something like this happens near Doha at a base where there's not a lot of wartime, right? The FP con is a little bit lower and stuff like that, then this could get a little bit more serious than what we're used to, right? Because now we going towards that they sending missiles to places that are a lot more peaceful when we're talking about, the landscape of, where the troops are at, okay? So this stuff is important to understand right here, right? So these are the stocks that you want to be paying attention to, and these defense stocks, they could be going up as well, okay? So that's what we got in terms of stocks. Now, you want to also pay attention to, obviously, the ETFs, okay? You want to pay attention to SPY. You want to pay attention to QQQ. You want to pay attention to IWM with the small cap stocks. Now, with QQQ specifically, big tech, we are most likely going to see a gap down. We got to pay attention to futures tomorrow when they open up, and we got to really see what's about to happen. But most likely, right? Big tech is they're gonna gap down and they're gonna start coming down, right? Same with SPY. Now, also something that's gonna get hit and it's gonna come down is gonna be like consumable goods, right? What is consumable goods? All the things that people are just buying that they don't really need. Okay, so companies that have consumable goods, those stocks are gonna take a hit as well, right? Now, with all of that being said, we don't know how long this is going to happen. Now, when stuff like this happens, it usually, the downtrend usually lasts for a couple weeks, right? But this is going to present great opportunities for longer term call options, right? Some swing trades. And also, it's going to create great opportunities for investing, okay? So when I say call options, I mean getting call options out maybe 3 months out, okay? 60 to 90 days out. And then we got buying shares, buying stocks at a discounted price, okay? So this is going to present great opportunities for that. Y'all see what I'm saying? Or this could be a catalyst to make us go down further and start to come down, potentially into a correction territory, right? The SPY could come down about 8 to 10%, right? They say 10% is a correction territory for the SPY, right? So this could potentially push us into that type of territory. So what you guys need to do is you guys need to pay attention to the daily time frame, okay? The daily time frame is what you guys are going to want to pay attention to, and also the weekly time frame, right? You're going to want to make sure you see where key levels are at off of the daily and the weekly time frame. And if we close below those levels on the daily time frame, then you know where we're going to start going, okay? So now what we're going to do is I want to go to the charts real quick and just show you guys, why we kind of could see this coming a little bit, right? So if you look at, go to the charts. All right. So we got, all right. So if you look at SPY right here, right? The market has been looking weak for a while, y'all. All right. Now I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Look at the uptrend that the SPY had, right? Look at the uptrend that it had, okay? It was just going up, right? Just going up, going up, going up, right? Consolidated right here, came up. But now look at it lately. As of lately, look what's been happening. Look what's been happening, y'all. What have we been doing? We've been literally trading where? In a range. What's the range been? All-time highs, right? We haven't touched 700, right? And then down to about right here in this area at 674. Okay? So we've been in this $25 range, been going up and down, Every time we've been coming up here, we've been getting smacked down, right? Now, why is that? Price action, right? Market makers, things like that. So when we have an uptrend like we've had, and then we've been consolidating like this for so long, right? They're not, every time we get in certain areas, we get smacked down hard, right? This is what you want to pay attention to. Look at IWM, y'all. Same thing. Okay, same thing. What has been going on? We've been trading in a range as well, right? From here, right, down to here, about right there, right? This is a range that we've been trading in. So you guys want to pay attention to the range that we're trading in. And now you see technicals getting blown up, right? Look what happened on Thursday and Friday. We had a bullish 3-bar, right, per the strat. Next day we gap down and we come down and we try to recover. But this right here, most likely it should have went up, but we had PPI data that was delayed that came out, and then look what happened, okay? Came down, made the market drop. So now we could start really coming down, okay? So I think that, on Monday, we're most likely gonna see a gap down, and then what's gonna happen is we have to see, okay? So don't be so quick to get in puts when we gap down, because what's gonna happen is there's a couple things that could happen. We could gap down and then we could recover, come up, or we could gap down and really start losing these key levels and really start coming down over the next 1 to 2 weeks. But once we kind of, reach a bottom, right? Always remember, stocks are gonna take the stairs up. It's gonna be a workout to go to the upside, but they're gonna take the elevator down. You're gonna get down real fast. It's gonna go straight down, okay? That's when you see all these dookie candles, all right? So because of that, and that's gonna make for great opportunities to come back to the upside. So if you guys felt like you had FOMO with certain stocks over the last month or so, couple months, whatever, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get an opportunity again. And it's gonna be up to you to not be fearful and not be scared, right? Manage your emotions and then do what you gotta do so we could get this money, all right? So with that being said, y'all, I hope that this video helped you guys out, okay? I hope that you guys feel ready now for what's going on, right? Monday, don't be afraid, all right? We ain't scared over here. We focus on the charts, we focus on technical analysis, and we are, surgeons when it comes to the charts, okay? So, like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, all right, y'all? And always remember, the more you study, the less you worry, all right? Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna holler at you guys on tomorrow's live. All of y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.